Hi, this is Hope Kaya of SantaFe-webdesign.com with a short tutorial on how to work with custom HTML modules in Joomla. And this assumes your site was built using Joomla, which is a content management system. And you have a back end and a front end when you work with Joomla. The front end is what the world sees. And this is ecotourism.com, ecotourismpuertorico.com. And you can see we have in the left column a picture here in the About Us page, and also in the Home page, and the Peace Pavilion page, etc. And I created a bunch of round pictures for this site to go with the logo. And so what if you want to add or work with these photos? These are done in custom HTML modules in order to simplify the updating of the site for the client. And so you basically go to the same URL of your website, but add administrator after a / and use your username and password to log in. And we're going to go to Extensions, Module Manager. And we're going to see that we have one called Homepage Left Call. And if we open it and scroll down, you'll see that we have this picture here. And if I go back to the home page, you'll see that it's there. But if you wanted to use a different picture there, or add a picture, you opened up this module by going to the extensions and the module manager and choosing the homepage left call. And you could put your cursor after that house, hit return, and go to this little picture icon on the bottom at the right. Click on it. And you should have some folders. And there's one here called Round Pics All. And you click on that, and this is where all the round pictures are. And you can click on them one by one to see what they look like. There's also a way, which is kind of nice in this system here, even though they're small, where you can see them all as pictures. And that was done by clicking on this link. And you see where right now it shows tiny little thumbnails, and that's how you know you can switch to that. And right now it shows tiny little lines. You can switch back to the column mode. But here we are. Let's say we want to add a picture of the waterfall, beautiful waterfall. You click it once and then you see that it's showing up here with the path, and then you choose Insert. And you can see it's there. Oh, that's not the waterfall. We did the wrong one. So I'm going to delete it just by clicking on it once and hitting the delete key. And then I go back and click on this button again. And let's try that. I was sure I clicked on this one. It looks like a waterfall to me. Click on it one more time. You got to click on it until it shows up here. Oh, that makes more sense. This is called Pool. And you can put some alternative text here. And this is for accessibility, for people who can't see well, and they can have their computer tell them what the image is, and it will read this. And it's a great place to put a little description, but also keywords for your search engine optimization, because search engines definitely read this. So we could say tropical waterfall at Eco Tourist Retreat, Casita in Puerto Rico. So we've got tropical waterfall, we've got ecotourism. We'll do tourism. See what I'm doing? No, I'm putting keywords in here that people might be searching. And I'll say casa. So we've got tropical waterfall, at Ecotourism Casa in Ecotourism Casa in Puerto Rico. So it does describe it, but it also, so it's good for accessibility, but it also is good for search engines. Okay, so you scroll down then, and you can, sometimes it does something funky here in Firefox. I'm not sure if it does it in other browsers or on a PC, but if you find the images are doing something weird, just click refresh, and you'll see all the information we need is still here. We're ready to go, and we're just going to hit insert. In this case, it looks really close to the picture above it, but I believe that some cascading style sheet information is in the site that will prevent them from bumping into each other, so you don't even have to worry about that. So I'm going to scroll back up and click Save, and go back to the home page and refresh it by hitting this little refresh button on the upper left. And now you can see, oops, where was I? Oh, on the home page. There it is, the waterfall. Now I think it's a little long because the text ends up here, so I'm going to take it back off. So let's go into the, and you can see by the way that there's some nice breathing room between the two images, so we didn't have to do that in the back end. That's all taken care of. So we're going to go back to home page left call, and we're going to click on that picture and delete it. And then save this. You have to always save what you do by clicking on save up here at the top. Now another thing you can do is tell these where to go. Tell these column images where to go. So you can see I've got one that says Sana Papo left call, and that goes in the About Us page. And if you click on it, you'll see a picture of them, and you'll also see that we're putting it in the About Us page, we're putting it in the Rates and Contact page, and we're putting it in the Ecotourism pictures. If you wanted to put it anywhere else, like the home page, you would have this radio box selected, which says select menu items from the list, because you probably don't want it on every page on the site, and you probably don't want it on no page on the site. You probably want to pick which page on the site. So let's say we wanted it on the home page. I'm holding my command key down on a Mac, and you can do the control key if you're on a PC. The command key usually has an apple on it if you're on a Mac, and it's to the left of your space bar. And you click on home, you can see how it added it to the list. So I'm going to save that, go back to the home page, refresh it, and see how that waterfall went away, and now there's a picture of Sana and Papo. And actually, because it's a separate module, we end up with more space here, which may or may not be what you like, what you want. In this case, we're going to take it off because it really is too much on the home page. So I'm going to click on the Sana Papo left call, scroll to the bottom, no, scroll here and go back and hold on to the command key again, that Apple key, click on home, and that'll take it off. So you can hold your command key or your control key and click on these to toggle them on and off, and choose where on the site you want these images to go. So I'm going to save that. We're basically back where we started, and you can just see all these different ones that we have. You'll notice that the footer is listed here, and that represents the stuff at the bottom of the page here. And we also have a main menu listed here, which represents all the menu at the top of the page, which you can see here. This is the menu because it's what you choose from to go from page to page. But you won't be using those probably. You won't be touching the footer, you won't be touching the main menu. Normally a web designer would be doing that. You might, you could. And you'll just be probably working with the ones that have content that go into a special position on the page. In this case, it'll be the left column. So that's how you work with the custom HTML module. Now, this is just on this site where we're just putting these round pictures on there. Of course, you can put text in here, and you can use all these buttons to format the text just like you would anywhere else on an article. But in this site, we're just using it for pictures, and it's a good way to do it because it simplifies for the client. Like, let's say the client wants to add a picture to about the beach. It can get a little tricky in terms of how the picture is presented and where it's aligned to the right or the left, and whether it works well with the images, whether it's too big. But if we put all the pictures in the left column the way I've done, it kind of simplifies it and keeps the site cleaner. Anyway, that's the basic tutorial on using custom HTML modules in Joomla. I hope you enjoy yourself. Once again, I'm Hope Kaya at santafe-webdesign.com.